All right, good morning. We're on our second drive. We're in the daylight. The snow has melted off most of the roads. We're running the new FSD version 13.2.7. I got this update last night, so let's see how she does. See, I got a de-icing truck that rolled through here around 11 p.m. and the road ahead of me did not. Let's see if we're gonna have to intervene. Just around this right turn. Usually what'll happen is we'll turn right here, but we'll make it too wide and get into the wrong left turn lane. Yep. FSD was getting into the wrong left turn lane. It turned too wide at the right turn and got into the left turn lane of the freeway and not 116th Avenue like the map and its plan was to execute. That is a toll entrance. So I don't think this is an FSD problem as more as just a mapping issue, because there's a very short amount of distance. You have 3 lanes to pick from, and we have to get enough interventions into the system where Cortex will eventually work out the problem and put some sort of, I don't know, internally they have little flags inside of this map. Obviously I can't see it. That's why the speeds will change when there's no speed sign on those variable speed. That's what I think is going on. So sometimes FSD isn't actually reading the street signs. They've actually been post-processed, so it takes a picture of the street sign, and Cortex or Dojo figured it out for FSD, not FSD on board. So it may take a comparison shot in the nightly upload between multiple cars of what went on and compare if anything changed, like a speed sign. But yeah, when we go across the 520 bridge, the speed zone is changed to 60 earlier. It won't read it, even though it's a brightly lit sign. further down the road where it would normally say 60, those signs are off, and it then changes to speed zone 60. So I think it's using internal flags that we don't have visible, but inside there's little cliff notes on what to do. I swear, this is a new behavior. The car is trying to center itself, but if you look at the steering wheel, it slightly overcorrects, so it kind of feels, it's very, very subtle, and I kind of felt it last night. But we kind of have this seesaw effect where the car is trying to lane center, and very so slightly it's overcorrecting, and then it has to correct, and it's just slowly rocking back and forth. I feel maybe I'm just nitpicking, but this would be normally something you'd see if there was a lot of wind, where it's physically moving the car. You're going across a long, like again, 520 or I-90 bridge when it's a little windy outside. Either if you're human or you just can't. The wind will try and move you slightly on the road deck. But this is day one of the build, so sometimes these kind of things just smooth themselves out. I don't know how much Tesla can update the update in between the update, because in a given night we might send 8 gigabytes up, but some information is being transmitted back. So I'm assuming they do have a little parameter. Yeah, you just see this wheel it's moving right and left and right, and oh so slightly. It's overcorrecting in the lane centering. I think on the previous build, people were complaining it might hug the left a little too hard, or say FSD would sometimes hug a side of the road a little too much. I think they're making an emphasis to center the car, and you can just feel this little bit of, we just need another, it just needs to be smoothed out. Other than that, there's not much that difference right now between FSD 13.2.2 and 13.2.7. I mean, yes, we got a new build, but we're not getting these big drastic changes like we did over the 2024, where you get an update and you could feel that there was a 5-10% improvement every few weeks. And as we're getting closer to June, where they're going to plan on going unsupervised, this last mile is probably the hardest, where you get a new build number and it's just like, and they're going to have to work really, really hard to finish that last mile. See, like right now we're on this city street, and the wheel is not, this is what it should be like. We're doing really good right now. But when we're on the freeway, and that was yesterday too, when I was at night, it just felt like you just slowly, we couldn't keep center. I mean, obviously you've got to make corrections as you drive, but we're just a little oversteer. I'd say kind of a ballsy move, FSD. Didn't wait for the car. I haven't had one of these tighter situations for a while, but I like it. They calculated enough time and went for it. All right, still has not decided that give us the option to or complete the drive by finding a decent parking spot. I feel at the tail end of 13.2.2 it wasn't engaging the park on completion as often, so it would have the space and as we did at the beginning. So when 13.2.2 just dropped, or it was parking far more regularly, and then as the end of that month cycle progressed, it just wasn't finding everywhere to park like it used to. So let me know in the comments if you experience the same thing there, where 13.2.7 just doesn't park. Like last night we went to the teriyaki restaurant parking lot, it just stopped in the driveway. It had plenty of open spaces.